Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting demonstration video here at Studio 5. I'm Thomas Tahara, your host, and this is Teach Me How to Breakdance. With me today is the very talented Chris Funderburk. He is a b-boy and a breakdance instructor. Thank you for coming, Chris.
Thanks for having me today.
All right, so Chris, what is exactly that you have come here to share with us today?
I'm here to show the basic foundations for anybody that's interested in getting into b-boying, also known as breakdancing, and they're important if you would like to get good enough to travel and compete around the U.S. or anywhere for battles. So.
All right, excellent. All right, so but before we get started, is there anything you'd like to tell the viewers at home about in terms of warming up before you start trying to do this, or any safety tips that you could give them to help them not hurt themselves the first time they get out there?
When you first start, your body's not used to these kind of movements, so it's really important to be warmed up. So whether it be running, doing some push-ups, whatever works for you, make sure you're warmed up, make sure your joints are really loosened up, because that's what you're going to be using the most. And if I had any advice to give anybody that's starting b-boying, is to don't get frustrated at the beginning, because it takes a while for your body to get used to these movements. So just keep working hard at it, and eventually your body will get used to it, and it'll be a lot easier.
Okay, so what is the first move that you're here to show us for today?
Top rock.
Top rock, all right. Now, what is the top rock?
It's the introduction to a set. It's also the dancing aspect of breaking, and because of a whole bunch of tricks that people are used to. This is more of the really basic foundation of dancing.
Okay, yeah, excellent. All right, well then I think I'll just go ahead and give you the floor. Go to it.
All right. So first, I'll start off with a front step. Essentially, you're going to be putting one foot out and then putting it back. But when you start, you want to stay kind of hunched. You don't want to be too tall because you don't want to look robotic. You don't want to be too straight, too tight. So you want to be kind of loose. And when you put the foot out, you want to be facing your opponent, because this kind of dance is a battling dance. You're battling somebody. So when you stick the foot out, you want to be pointing towards that person, because that's like, I'm calling you out. That's how you want it to look. So right foot out, hop back. Left foot out, hop back. And you can do the same thing backwards too. It's called the back step. So you can go back, hop, back, hop. There's also the side step, which is a little easier. You're going to be still hunched, and you're still going to hop when you come back, but it's just out, hop, out, hop. Putting them together, it looks like this. Out, back, back, side, hop, hop.
All right, very cool, very cool. All right, now the next move I believe you're showing us involves some footwork. What is that again?
Footwork, yes. It involves you being on all fours on the ground. It's a little more difficult than top rock, but it also helps build strength for more difficult moves, and it's also part of breaking. It's important to incorporate footwork in any set.
In any set, all right. So what is the exact step set you're going to be showing us?
Today I'm showing six step. It's a universal move because it's symmetrical one way. You go 3 steps one way, and three steps the other way.
All right, well, I'll leave you to it.
Yeah. All right, so first you want to get down on your feet, just up and above your knees. And then we're going to put your hands on the ground, and then put your feet out. Now you want to keep your knees bent because you don't want your butt in the air. You want to keep it low, that way you can move around a lot easier. So you're on your knees, and the first step is with your left leg. Left leg goes out, and the right hand starts coming up. The second step is when your right foot goes behind your left knee. Now, the third step, you bring your left foot up, and you put your right hand down. So you look like this. So that's halfway. Now essentially the next 3 steps are the same steps we just did, but backwards. Right foot over left, left hand's up, left hand down and left foot back is the 5th step. And the 6th step's the easiest. All you have to do is put the right foot back to where it was in the beginning. And you're at the beginning. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, very cool, very cool. All right, so I believe you got one more basic move to show us, and it's a freeze. What is a freeze?
A freeze is essentially a pose that is either on the ground, in the air, or while suspended either on your arm or another part of your body.
All right, so what is the exact freeze move that you're going to be showing us today?
It's called the baby freeze. It's essentially the most fundamental freeze because it helps use your hips, it helps use your wrists, and it helps your overall balance.
Good overall balance. All right, well, I'll get you show it.
All right, cool. So just like footwork, we're gonna get down on our feet like this. There's more than one way to get into it, but I've gotten more success teaching it this way. So you're gonna start off with your right elbow going into your right ribs, and then you're gonna take your left elbow and put it on the right side of your right knee. Now it's important that you keep your elbows in these positions, because if you let up on these, you're gonna fall. So keep them locked, and the next, you're gonna lean forward, or to the side anyway, over onto your hands. And before you go to the next step, you gotta make sure that these elbows do not move positions. Keep the knee on the elbow, and keep the right elbow in your ribs. So this is a tripod freeze, which means you're gonna use 3 points for balance. So you're gonna use your head, and you're gonna use your 2 hands. So you're gonna lean forward onto your head while keeping your elbows locked, and your feet are gonna lift off the ground. And when they do, you need to scissor your left foot back. That way it helps you balance. So gradually push onto your head, and then scissor that left leg back. All right, so right elbow on your right hip ribs, left elbow over your right knee, ground, and then you're gonna lean forward onto your head and scissor. If you catch yourself falling forward too much, that's because you let your wrist cave under, so you gotta keep it locked better and stay close to your hands. If you catch yourself falling backwards, that means you need to lean forward more onto your head. So once again, lean forward and scissor.
All right, no, these have all been great moves, but I think the viewers at home would like to see how these basic moves can be incorporated into a more sophisticated dance. Would you mind giving us a demonstration?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right, I'll go ahead. All right, great. That was awesome. That was awesome, man. All right, but unfortunately, that's all the time we get here at Studio 5. I'd like to thank our b-boy Chris for coming in today. Thank you again, Chris, for doing all that. Well, that's it for us here at Studio 5. I'm Thomas Tahara, your host, and thanks for watching.